Congratulations, Cuesta College RN class of 2022. Today we gather to celebrate your accomplishment of becoming a nurse. Earning a nursing degree and becoming a nurse requires much commitment and hard work. It is an achievement worthy of great honor. Let's reflect on what got them here today, and then we'll go on with our pinning ceremony, okay? Back in October 2019, you submitted your application to the Cuesta College Associate Degree RN program, you and 283 other applicants. On February 7th, you received official notice that you were selected to enter Cuesta's RN program. You were a very bright and motivated group, coming in with an average prerequisite science GPA of 3.76. And that's in their microbiology, physiology, and anatomy courses. On June 9th, 2020, you attended your mandatory incoming student orientation on Zoom due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Here you learned how to prepare for our full-time, rigorous, and demanding RN program. August 17th, 2020, day one of your RN program. Again, on Zoom. Thank you, COVID pandemic. You attended lectures from home on Zoom, but you were able to come to campus for your skills lab classes in classrooms that had no more than 10 per room, including faculty, pre-screened every day, and masked. You were told to stay home at the hint of any sore throat or illness. But our supportive healthcare community allowed the clinical patient care days to go on as normal. I know you realize how fortunate you were to be able to enter our healthcare facilities and perform patient care, because many of the nursing programs in the state and country were forced to go virtual or remote. 3 of you entered the program in the second semester in January 2021 as advanced placement LVN nurses. You were granted educational and work experience credit to waive the first semester of our RN program. Your entire first year was Zoom, skills lab, with the capacity issues and clinical as normal thanks to the pandemic. Then yay, came fall 2021 and third semester, where you were able to return to the classroom for in-person classes. It was joyful to see you be able to meet each other in the classrooms and experience a sense of what nursing school camaraderie can really be like. I was able to meet with you in person as well. Many of you were shocked to see how tall I was. And some even said odd things like, wow, you have legs. Because we were on Zoom all the time. Okay. Throughout the pandemic, you are to be commended for remaining positive, focused, dedicated, and determined to master the RN curriculum. And only you and your faculty truly know how it feels to perform patient care as nursing students amid a pandemic-induced stress, fears, uncertainty, and anxiety. And that brings us to today, Thursday, May 19th, 2022, the day we gather for your pinning ceremony. You have completed the required 470 theory hours and the 1,053 clinical hours required by the California Board of Registered Nursing to qualify for the RN National Licensure Exam and become employed as RNs. You have been educated in the art and science of nursing, and along the way, you have learned the value to seek evidence-based knowledge, informatics, clinical reasoning skills, therapeutic communication, patient-centered care, and interprofessional collaboration. You have earned the trust and been given the approval to be a nurse by myself and the RN faculty on each side of you today. As an RN, you will touch the lives of every patient you encounter, even during moments when you are unaware. Do this with the knowledge and respect it commands. Practice with compassion, promote wellness, and demonstrate honesty and integrity in all you do. At this point, I would like to introduce our Interim Dean of Instruction for Health and Science, Susan Klein.
I'm short. Before I recognize our distinguished guests, as this is the first time that I have been invited to speak at a ceremony like this, so thank you, I just wanted to share a short story with you all. On my graduation day for my first degree, I was running late, and I was very worried that I might miss it. Some would say that I was freaking out. The good news was that I was only late lining up for the ceremony. I actually made it in time. And so as I sat there, as you all now nicely sit here, the chaos of what had just happened finally washing away, there was a peace that suddenly came over me. And there was this realization that what I had done and what I had achieved, I couldn't miss out on. It was never going to be taken away from me, no matter what I did. And I hope that you all can take a moment today and appreciate that what you've done can never be taken away from you. I want to say a thank you to all of you who came here today to support your graduates. I know that as you're sitting here today, that means that you were also very supportive of them, and I know how difficult it is as we go through our education journeys. We all have different stories to tell, so thank you all for all of your support. And just a couple of distinguished guests that we wanted to recognize today. We have President of our Cuesta Board of Trustees, Ms. Mary Strobridge, with us. She is. And we also have with us our District 3 Supervisor, Don Ortiz-Legg. Thank you for joining us, Don. And then finally, I wanted to recognize that today is the last pinning ceremony for our own Miss Marcia Scott. After 34 years of working at Cuesta College, Marcia will be retiring and starting a new journey next month, just as many of our graduates are. Please join me in celebrating Marcia Scott and her 34 years of service. And now please welcome Beth Johnson.
Thank goodness Susan is short. So, good afternoon, class. So nice to see your smiling faces. So sweet to see them, because for hours and hours in clinical, you wore a mask. So, happy to see them. I wanted to congratulate you on the fact that you are now joining the nursing profession, and how wonderful it is for you to be part of my family. And that excites me. And everyone else in the room that's a nurse too. So, like you, I once was a new grad. Many years ago, 1987, that many. I started in critical care, and I clearly remember being a new nurse. I remember how hard it was. That experience really has affected me and made me into the nurse I am today. I want you to know that no matter what you do, no matter where you go, being a nurse, you'll always be respected. You'll always have a vocation to fall in on, and you'll always have a family. And that's the family of nursing. So thank you for becoming part of my family. I also want you to know that if you were not as dedicated as you were, you would never have made it here. Marsha led in already on this. She stole part of my speech about the pandemic. So, remember fall of 2020, you came into this program at a daunting time. You thought you were going to have class, but instead you had Zoom. You thought you were going to go to a lab with a bunch of people, but guess what? You only had a couple of people and maybe one instructor to a room. Consequently, we all learned together how to learn differently in this new environment. We had lots of adventures and we had lots of challenges, and I can say for a fact in clinical we had lots of adventures. In the future, you will be novice leaders who will change, hopefully, healthcare, and you will change what's going on in our healthcare right now. We need your energy. We need your newness, and we need your wonderful ideas to hopefully change and lift what medical care that we have now, and the nurses that are out there been working hard during the pandemic. We need your energy. So thank you. You will also be artists of negotiation. Hopefully some of your instructors have taught you about negotiation and how you speak to patients and how you speak to the other healthcare partners. In that negotiation, I think you've learned that with us as faculty, and you've probably learned that with your families, as you've negotiated your way to get through nursing school. A lot of hard work, a lot of early mornings. Let's see, 4:30 in the morning to get up to go to clinical some days? Yes. And then other days, not home till 8 p.m., 8:30? Yeah, a lot of negotiation. So, what we've learned is a lot of empathy. You guys have become very resilient and capable. You faced your challenges and you've moved on, and you're graduating today as nurses. One of the things about being a nurse is that we feel deeply. It's part of our human condition. The human condition helps us to connect with our patients and be compassionate. I want to relate a story to you about when I had a human connection with a patient that will stick in my heart forever. As you know, I spent most of my time in the ICU and mostly with trauma patients. We had a young girl. She had been hit by a car. She had severe head injury, facial fractures, and fractures on her body. She was in our ICU for approximately 2 months. Her parents were there every single day with her, hoping and asking questions. She was discharged and went to San Jose to the acute rehab there. About a year later or so, my charge nurse said, "Beth, you've got some visitors at the door." I was thinking to myself, that's weird. So I went and opened the door, and there this young lady was with 2 people I recognized immediately, her parents. But I didn't recognize her because her scars had healed, her hair had grown back, and she looked well. Immediately she said to me, "I remember your voice. I remember you telling me I'd be okay. And I remember your earrings," which made me laugh, and then of course I started crying. So as the 4 of us stood there crying and finally said our goodbyes, I was so appreciative that my patient had come back to say thank you and to see me. And I thought about it later, how I didn't realize that a patient that was in a coma would actually hear me, see my earrings for one thing, but that I had made a human connection. So continue to make that human connection as you go on. Now, there's one thing I want to leave you with, and that is, remember your why you became a nurse. Don't forget. Lead with your heart, and don't forget about that human connection. And welcome to my family. Thank you.
Our next faculty speaker, unfortunately, isn't able to join us in person, but she did record her speech for you and the students to hear. And this is Darby Axelrod.
Hi, my name is Darby
teaches in the
Axelrod,
first
and I'm a
year of the
nursing
RN
instructor here at
program, and she
Cuesta.
is the newest
These
member of
amazing
our.
people on the stage in front of you are the first RN class that I've had the honor to work with. You all have been such an incredible piece of my journey. Thank you for welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. I wish I could be there with you in person today. Unfortunately, I am learning a thing or two about being a patient myself, and therefore will be joining you from a distance. So before I started my nursing career, I imagined a future full of miracles and mystery diagnoses and action. Think made-for-TV medical drama. But what I discovered was so much more and so much better. While working on a surgical cardiology unit, I found utter joy as our team announced to a 33-year-old patient that after living on our unit for over 6 months that a heart had become available to him for transplant. And then, less than 2 months later, I felt total heartbreak as our staff circulated through his room, hugging his wife and young son as we prepared to remove his life support after he had rejected that new organ. In another instance, I celebrated as a patient who had been nearly immobile for a year because of a failing heart, visited our unit to show us pictures of himself walking his daughter down the aisle for the wedding that he was miraculously able to attend after a successful heart transplant. It was just a couple of weeks later that I was encompassed with this overwhelming peace that filled a room when a daughter told her mother, as she held her hand, that it was okay for her mom to let go, and that mother closed her eyes for the last time and finally exhaled all of her pain. As nurses, we are part of the most intimate moments of people's lives. Physically, certainly, but emotionally as well. Nursing is so much more than just a career. It is challenging, it is beautiful, it is fascinating. At times, it is tragic. But more often than not, it is so profoundly fulfilling. And it is so fun. I want you to think back just for a moment to where you were a few years ago. What were you feeling? What were your goals? In this moment, right now, on this stage, you are living your very own dream. You made it through. Take this well-deserved time to celebrate yourself and this huge accomplishment. Celebrate those around you who have impacted your journey. Never stop celebrating your victories. Never stop learning from your mistakes. Never stop pursuing knowledge. Please never lose your fascination with healthcare. Y'all need to be as dynamic as this field that you are entering. I wanted to leave you with a couple of words from Aristotle. He said, "Where the needs of the world and your talents cross, there lies your vocation." Welcome to the field of nursing.
Representing the class of 2022 as their student speaker is Thomas Ellis. As Tom comes to the podium, I want to just say a few words. Tom has been a strong student and a voice of reason, and he's taken on several leadership roles with the class. In addition, we were able to meet Tom's adorable son because he would often hop on his lap during some of those Zoom lectures. Tom, it's yours.
If you guys could all step out of the room for a few minutes, this would be much easier. Good afternoon. Welcome, and thank you for coming. We're here today to celebrate us. And rightly so, because, and I say this with the greatest possible humility, we are amazing. I mean, really, really great. The graduates you see assembled here were distilled from a vast pool of talent and have been refined into juggernauts of nursing acumen over the last 2 years. Please, feel free to be impressed. In fall of 2019, 283 students applied to be in this class. That's 283 people who had made it through the grueling prerequisite courses, the ones who didn't quit or drop out or fail. 240 of those applicants did not make the cut for admission. We did. Cuesta's nursing program attracts the best and brightest aspiring nurses in the area and accepts the best and brightest of those. And it really shows. This is the single most effective group of people I've ever found myself in a room with. I've seen them rise to every challenge we faced over the last 2 years with ingenuity and professionalism. They adapted to changing COVID protocols with ease. They transitioned seamlessly from distance learning to in-person lectures. They charged in with gusto to apply every new skill they acquired. Just to make it a little more challenging, a couple overachievers gave birth to shiny new humans while juggling all their other responsibilities. Lauren over here finished her last precepting shift on her due date. Then, less than a week later, brought her newborn to 3 days of grueling NCLEX review lectures because she's an absolute beast. And because she is just that committed to finishing strong. Success in this program takes equal parts dedication, raw talent, and a willingness to make sacrifices. My classmates have these qualities in abundance. I could not be more proud to count myself among them. But the sacrifices weren't all ours. Nursing students make terrible friends and preoccupied partners. We miss events, we don't call you back. We fall asleep every time we sit down. It's intolerable. Even so, here you all are, continuing to support us as we take pride in this milestone. Each of us has loved ones in the audience who in some way enabled this achievement. Whether you kept us fed, or watched our kids, or just let us vent about a challenging clinical shift and nodded like you understood all the jargon. On behalf of my class, I'd like to say thank you for believing in us. We missed you. I would be remiss if I did not also extend our gratitude to the faculty here at Cuesta. While other nursing programs languished amid COVID restrictions or even delayed classes, our instructors and administrative staff worked tirelessly to make sure that we had clinical sites at our local hospitals and hands-on lab time to practice our skills. They have been role models, mentors, and inspired us to push ourselves to be our best. Their example of what a nurse should be showed us every day what we were working towards. And now it's time to take what we've learned into the community as full-fledged nurses, pending licensure. We are called to this profession for different reasons, and we will be pursuing a wide variety of specialties. Class of 2020, please stand as I name the specialty you are currently most interested in working in. Emergency medicine. ICU. Nurse midwife. I said nurse midwife. Labor and delivery. Or is it the same? Operating room. Mental health nursing. Pediatrics. Med-surg and telemetry. Did I miss anybody? Home health. As we set out into healthcare at every level, it is with the knowledge that we still have much to learn. Work in this field is a journey without a destination. There will always be more to know and ways to improve our practice. But I like to reflect on everything we've gained in the last 2 years. We've formed what I hope are lifelong friendships. We've had 1,000 hours of clinical practice to hone our skills. We've absorbed the nursing theory contained in a stack of textbooks best measured in feet. And we've cultivated 20 pounds or so of highly efficient, energy-dense body fat to fuel our journey forward. Go forth, my friends, my colleagues, and be amazing. Now, before I go, and at the risk of trespassing on the time of the next speaker, there is one more person whose contribution must be acknowledged, someone without whom none of this would be possible. I'm talking, of course, about our illustrious director, Marcia Scott. As our dean mentioned before, Marcia is retiring after dedicating 34 years to the Cuesta nursing program. To put those years in perspective, Cuesta trains about 40 nurses a year. That means that Marcia has had a hand in molding somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,300 local nurses during her tenure. If you have been treated at a local hospital or clinic, if your child has been cared for by a school nurse, if you have been guided through a birth or comforted at the passing of a loved one, then you have likely felt the touch of this incredible educator on our community. To commemorate your years of stalwart dedication and service, the students and faculty are honored to present you with this golden stethoscope. This award is given to educators and healthcare professionals who demonstrate excellence in their field and commitment that goes above and beyond the call of duty. Thank you, Marcia, for your kind leadership, for seeking the opinions of your students, and for your part in making this a top-tier program. We wish you the very best in your retirement. Enjoy your well-deserved rest, content in the knowledge that your legacy lives on through each of us as we put into practice what we have learned here under your watch. In honor of Marcia Scott, MSN RN, for 34 years of dedication to the RN program, being a teacher and touching countless lives, congratulations on your retirement.
And as a Cuesta employee and being an instructor and director at our program, we have a special walkway here at Cuesta College. And so we would like to present Marcia with a mock-up, unfortunately it's not complete, of the brick that she will be receiving that will live forever in the walkway in the courtyard of Cuesta College.
Group hug, group hug, group hug, group hug. Thank you. I just thank you. I guess it's been 34 wonderful, wonderful years. I can't believe it's been 34 years. No year has ever been the same. But the consistent is that we have strong, passionate faculty who want to educate excellent nurses. And here's our excellent nurses, 41 of them coming your way soon. Okay. Let me regroup. That was unexpected. Okay. So next on our agenda is a slideshow. And the class of 2022 has put together a series of slides to help them remember their 2 years in the RN program at Cuesta College. So it is now your turn to sit back, enjoy, and see a little snapshot of what it's like to be in nursing school.
Happiness hit her like a train on a track, coming towards her, stuck still, no turning back. She hid around corners and she hid under beds. She killed it with kisses, and from it she fled. With every bubble she sank with a drink and washed it away down the kitchen sink. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. The horses are coming, so you better run. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father. Run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your loving behind. You can't carry it with you if you want to survive. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. Can you hear the horses? 'Cause here they come. Happiness, I hit her like a bullet in the struck from a great height by someone who should have known better. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. Can you hear the horses? 'Cause here they come. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father. Run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your loving behind. You can't carry it with you if you want to survive. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. Can you hear the horses? 'Cause here they come.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say, and everything gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced, and I'm the one who'll stay. Oh, in this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell, and nobody's coming to help. Your daddy lives by himself. He just wants to know that you're well. Oh, in this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Go home, get headlines, feed internet. I don't wanna talk about the way that it was. Leave America, 2 kids follow her. I don't wanna talk about us doing it first. As it was. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina. Staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. And I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long talk. But he's a headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. I gotta move on before the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So
Four semesters, 2 years of the nursing program, just like that in about 13 minutes. It has been an incredible journey. It is now time to present this nursing class with their nursing pins and white satin stoles. Today, each graduate will walk across the stage and receive a nursing pin and a stole. The white satin nursing stole has green embroidery that displays RN on one side and Cuesta College on the other side. White is traditionally known as the universal symbol that characterizes humanity, comfort, hygiene, and caring that infuses the work and spirit of nursing. The nursing pin is a 1,000-year-old tradition that signifies the nursing student's official passage into the nursing profession. The history of pinning can be traced back to the Crusades of the 12th century, when knights and monks who tended to the injured and sick were given a cross, and to Florence Nightingale, who was awarded a Red Cross in recognition for her service to injured soldiers during the Crimean War. And Florence is considered the founder of nursing. The class will advance to the stage in alphabetical order to receive their nursing pin and stole. Calling student names will be nursing faculty members Monica Millard and Rick Staley. Presenting the nursing stole will be faculty member Genevieve Lidoff. Pinning the nursing students will be faculty member Michael and Madeline. Faculty members will now present the nursing class of 2022 with their pins and stoles.
Bart Bodrian.
Shelby Cannon.
Jessica Clark.
Grace Comer.
Cassidy Crane.
Sarah Zora.
Sandy Davidian.
Rebecca Day.
Skylar Dennis.
Brecken DeOilers.
Aisha Dooley.
Thomas Ellis.
Maria Figueroa Guizar.
Melinda Gibbs.
Matt Goodwin.
Mary Joy Gumiyagai.
Karina Hendricks.
Leah Jansen.
Jennifer Kasarjian.
Paige Adriana Krumhout.
Taylor Kusmal.
Lauren Missamore Lawrence.
Yarrow Morse.
Jacqueline Morton.
Giseli Moreno Nazmi.
Marty Narcissian.
Caitlin Posh.
Sonia Peter.
Barbara Polioni.
Allison Powers.
Brooke Reesner.
Monica Reyes.
Rachel Roski.
Leah Saliba.
Nicholas Scott.
Rebecca Victoria Saima.
Rebecca Simpson.
Georgia Storm.
Jessica Vigil Guzman.
Brea Wickham.
Lindsay Wilhelm.
Students came to class and earned individual grades, but they did not make it through the nursing program without the help and support of family and friends. Everybody here today had a part of their journey and part of their success to becoming nurses. By everybody, we mean parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, friends, and neighbors. You are much, much appreciated and thanked for all that you have done, and effective today, the faculty and I give them back to you. We also owe much gratitude and appreciation to the college administration, prerequisite faculty, and staff, and the staff of all of our clinical facilities. Without you, we would not be graduating these 41 bright, motivated, intelligent nursing students today. We are approaching the time when we release these students into our nursing profession. We would like to release them in a manner that includes our nursing community. On entry, the nurses were given a candle. If you could grab that now and be prepared to lift and light it when asked. I will start by lighting my candle. Next, the nursing faculty will light their candles. Nurses present in the audience, please light your candles. This light represents many things. It is the symbol of life, wisdom, intellect, hope, compassion, peace, and ethical work. Students, please hold up your candles and light them and hold them up. We pass our light to you as you transition from student nurse to graduate nurse and the newest members of our profession. We will call this the light of compassion. Actually, hold them up a little longer if you can. As our lights glow, reflect on why you became a nurse, your journey to become a nurse, and the nurse you are today. You are all heroes, not just in COVID times, but all times. I wasn't gonna do this. It's holding up the light, it's making, right, okay. You are nurses who care for the ill and suffering when they need it the most. You are heroes with RN behind your name, and you know best the sacred meaning that comes with the title registered nurse. Thank you. Okay, I'm back to normal again, thank you. Okay, nursing class of 2022, please stand. Look at your faculty. Thank them one last time from the eyes of a nursing student. The nursing faculty and I would like to say this to you. It has been our pleasure to watch you learn and accomplish things that you never thought possible. You have gained the knowledge, skills, assertiveness, and confidence to perform one of the most noble and ethical, trusted professions in the world, nursing. We are proud to welcome you into our profession. Distinguished guests, family, and friends, I am proud and honored to present you the Cuesta College RN Class of 2022.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of